Hey, it's been a while since I have published a watch video. The AliExpress sale is coming at the end of August. It's almost there. I'm recording this just a few days before the sale. And I thought I would do something that would truly, and I say truly, help you who may be buying either for the first time or you're looking for that inexpensive watch that you'll get a good bang for the buck. That's really what I'm going to do here. I have a lot of watches from AliExpress. I have picked out 6. I started with 5. I got one that's on the fence. They're a little bit different than some of my past videos because I wanted to get a perspective of wearing it, whether I go back to it or not. These are kind of things like, you can like a pretty watch, but then it looks too pretty, or it's too bright teal or blue, and you just don't wear it as much. It just doesn't fit with a lot of things. So here I picked out my top 6. I will throw up slides of the AliExpress and the number. This is not a full review, so don't call me up and say, hey, you didn't give me the exact dimensions. That's not the purpose of this. This is the ones in which I am going to keep these watches for a very long time because of how good they are. So let's start off with my number 1. I'm gonna remove, and I'm not doing what other people do, like 10, 9, 8. We're going to go right to my favorite current watch, and that is this Pagani Design. This kind of Omega Moons watch look-alike here. Actually, I'm going to do this. I just like this watch. This watch, I've got it in other colors. I've got it in red. I've got it in other colors. And at first, I thought the other colors were cool, but you know what? This original style of a watch, I'm going to tell you this. I was in the checkout line of a Sam's Club, a local Sam's Club here near where I live, and a gentleman came over to help me, and he goes, "What is that watch?" And this style, I can tell you stands out and is the test of time. I love that the date is in this watch, but kind of hidden. I've worn it for a few days straight. I keep taking it back out. I don't take out the red one or the other, and I think the build quality, the stainless steel, sapphire crystal, it just looks great. So this Pagani Design, which I'll put up some of the stats and where you can get it and what the model number is. Don't pass this one up. I'm rating this as the watch that I will probably keep forever, as I'm not going to probably ever spend what an original Omega Moons watch costs. Okay, number 2. Probably surprising, but I've seen it on a lot of people's list, is this Proxima. This Proxima, the clarity of the lens, how the standout of the dial. Here, let me get it rolling for you. This is a PT 5000, and it is thin. Compared to other watches, this is thin, looks great. I would not give up this watch either. This watch is a little more in the expensive. I know I picked it up for in the $200 range, but it is well worth it, this Proxima. I almost picked up a more plain Explorer style Proxima. Proxima doesn't make a ton of watches like Pagani does, but this watch, I'm going to tell you, number 2 on my list, after owning it for a period of time, this is really a great watch. And I find it kind of ironic that after it's come out and more than a year's passed, people are finding it. People are finding this Proxima watch. This Addys Dive, you're going to find that I have two Addys Dive watches. Addys Dive watches have surprised me. Now, I'm not a big fan of the printed logo, but you all know, you've seen this Black Bay look-alike. Now, what you haven't seen is this strap. This is a strap I added. It comes with the kind of, I'm going to say, tan, rawhide kind of band, and at first I thought it really goes with the kind of yellow indices. But for me, the thickness of the band, when you got to the buckle part, and for me being a larger size wrist, it just didn't fit well when I set my arm down. It just was too thick and it wasn't pliable. And instead of getting another leather band, I added this band itself, and this band is perfect for me. But number 3, this Addys Dive, again, so far every watch I've got is got a date window. Maybe because I'm old, but I want to know what day it is. And again, let's just get this one going. For an automatic watch, it's a good looking watch, and it wears really well on the wrist. I mean, some watches that you get are bulky, too heavy. Not this watch. This watch just fits nicely on my wrist, but I did change the band. And I'll look up what the band that I put on it. So in case you think, hey, I want to get that, but I also want to get the same band, I'll put that in the description. But yeah, look at that watch. And again, I'll put up the stats for this watch. Number 3. Number 4. It's the Seestern. I did a whole review on this watch. I won't spend a lot of time on this watch, but it's another one that I just take it out and put it on. And it's one in which I thought I'm not going to, probably not going to like it based on the pictures that you have off from AliExpress, but the finish on this is really good. Don't let anybody kid you. These Seesterns, they're in the $100 range, $120 I think. I don't know how much it'll be on sale, but these are usually a steal. Like, they also come in multiple colors, but this kind of follows the homage in the color of if you wanted to get an original. But this Seestern, what is this, number 4? I would tell you to pick this one up. This one, it's staying with me. It's got that unique look. It's also got the 200-meter water resistance. It's an automatic. It's funny, only the first one is not an automatic. That one's a quartz. But it's moved right up my list, that Omega Homage by Pagani. That one's a steal. This one's great too. Here we go, back with again, the logo, but I do like this look. It's trying to do the Seiko, but again, the date window. The loom is pretty good. I missed out on the SKXs. This is the best alternative to the SKXs. I also think just this outside, how it's done, the bezel works really good and clicks through really good. You really can't go wrong here. This one here being my number 5. If you were to stop here and pick up those 5 watches, you would have a dynamic collection. You really would. You would have a collection that would cover almost any kind of business, casual, everyday. This one really does kind of fit that. Let's just show you the automatic movement. And all of these keep really good time. I think that's the other part that you don't want to let people down, that the watch. So I'm hoping you like this video. It's not a full review. You might be able to go back and see some of my reviews of some of these watches, but I just decided with the AliExpress coming, the best thing that I could do for you is show you my most appreciated watches in my collection. Again, this one, I went with the standard black. It pops this way. The legibility is great. I think you will find this is a great watch. Hope you agree. This one, the next one, is I'm on the fence. I've had it a while. I'm not so sure I like it. Everybody brags about San Martin watches. You know what? I'm not as big a fan of San Martin watches as some other people who that's all they talk about. You know, this one came out in a while. We kind of call it an original design. It's a GMT. It's got the date window in the bottom. But I will tell you, the entire watch, you know, it's smaller. It definitely looks smaller on my wrist than other watches. And I'll just, we'll just give you a comparison of the, you know, the inner dial is much smaller. And the color, I can't decide whether it's too different with the kind of you know, you get this yellow. It's nice looking. The bracelet's nice, I have to say. When it comes to San Martin, the bracelets are pretty good. But for a big wrist, this one is on the tight side. Didn't come with a lot of extra. I do have a large 8-inch wrist. But this made it as number 6. That probably won't leave because it is just that unique in the collection. 100 meters of water resistance. But those are the 6 watches that you may want to consider on the next AliExpress sale. See how low the prices go for you. I believe the AliExpress sale starts pretty soon, the 18th or so. So I want to get this video out. Hopefully I've helped you if you were looking at watches. I would clearly, I have a lot of color choices and design here. A lot of watches these are the ones I keep coming back to. I definitely come back to these watches. And I'm surprised that my number 1 watch being the Pagani Quartz. All the others are automatic movements. But that one being number 1, clearly, hey, when that watch gets noticed, you got to just look at that watch. That is a good watch. I know I'm going on and on. Hopefully you found this helpful. I will try to put the links in the description if you don't see much of it on the screen. Happy to be back after a couple of months of taking some time off. I've enjoyed my summer. It is time to get back to making some videos. I may come out with another video showing which ones I'm looking at to add to my collection that I have not added. There is a Pagani out there that looks a little bit like a Grand Seiko. I'm looking at it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I hope you found this helpful.